I was popping family. Welcome to another stream, another video. As y'all know, so y'all can see we back with another one. Just give y'all some game, give y'all some value. So I'm about to just do my little rundown on the market, see what I want to see for today, and really formulate my bias from there. So right now we are tapping into this daily BPR. We do have an SMT at the BPR high. Today, what's the news looking like today? I want to say 10 a.m. right? Yeah, we have Powell at 10. We do look very bullish though, but definitely may want to wait to see what Powell has to say. Let me just see something right quick. We do look very bullish though, but definitely may want to wait to see what Powell has to say. Yeah, we do look pretty bullish though. Maybe we can reach into this 4-hour BPR right here. That's probably what I would want to see actually. I would probably want to see us reach into this 4-hour BPR and really see if we are going to hold or we're going to get it, or if we're going to reject or get a continuation. I'm tripping, my fault. This will probably be what I would want to see price, rebalance to. And then from there, maybe look to see, or if we continue to hold this hourly, that's what it looks like actually push this to sweep this high. So usually when we have an imbalance that forces us to sweep a high, that once that imbalance gets revisited, after it swept the high, whether it holds or not is very important. That's kind of like a make or break situation for price, just because that imbalance holds a lot of power. Let me just double check something. Yeah, we're just in a 4-hour right now. We don't really have a strong bullish drawing liquidity aside from this, which is an extra. It's far away. Didn't really have too much from Asia. London did pick up a little bit. Let me go to double check. Yeah, London, we are coming out of. We are being sponsored by this move. Asia also tapped this imbalance. Doesn't look like we have any prominent SMTs. We have this small one right here. So price is going to get bought up. It will with this candle most likely. But this SMT is so small that I don't really know if it's going to really be that prominent with price. I will mark it out though, just for the confluence, just to have it in mind. But I don't really know if I see that holding much weight. As y'all know, I am going to wait, let market open, let price do its thing before I really look to touch anything. Definitely got to see what we want to do here. Just make sure I'm not tripping. Just mark out the Asia dealing range right quick. Asia dealing range will probably be like my main targets if I was to take any type of loan, just because of how far the DOL is. And this lines up. We are at 2.5 with the higher time frame range as well. So a rebalance wouldn't be, not reasonable, I'll say. I can definitely see it. Looks like a little bit more of a reaction off of here though. We'll see. I check this periodically though. Just make sure. So right now we'll just wait for market open to really see. Yeah, they're very sideways right now though. We look like we're generating lower resistance buy side. So I honestly might get that continuation. Let's see how this 15-minute candle closes. But right now we do look pretty hella sideways right now. We're just gonna wait to see what we do off of open. Kind of determine from there, because right now with this just sideways movement, we're definitely due for some type of move. But we do want to stay patient, want to stay defensive, especially since Powell is talking later. That's definitely going to affect these markets. Affect our decisions as well. We took this wick low already. Market about to open up though. Looks like we are respecting this 5 minute. Likely to sell off. The reason I wouldn't short out of this though, even though it is a 5 minute change in the state, we never took bots out of both. And we already swept this low, so we probably will get some type of displacement, but at the same time, that's not really what I would like because it's not my model. I always like to see some type of overhead liquidity being swept before I take a trade in the opposite direction. We do have equal lows here. Yes, it's the same for NQ. They're not, but that is a drawn liquidity though, especially just with Asia low. There's a London low. London low is already took. So Asia low is potential on market. Let's see if we could maybe get a model to Asia low. I want to have these equal lows highlighted as well. Right now, I'm really just being reactive. My bias is pretty loose, just based off the fact that we are ranging on the higher time frame. I feel like we could go, one of two ways here. Really want to let price show its hand. So we definitely want to be more patient. We are reaching CE of this wick right here. Definitely could see a reaction off it. Now this is a pretty good long, honestly, to this wick high. I think I might try it. Low risk. This wick high will probably want to be the TP. Then if we inverse this, then that's when our pyramid on. But this is a change in the state off of a higher time frame PD array, so I don't mind it. The PD array I'm referring to is consequent encroachment at this wick right here. And we are in a BPR, and we left relative equal highs here, so I wouldn't be mad at it at all. Now that we've got that displacement I'm going to now. Damn, we just ran. I ain't even get a good pyramid. Where's the resting buy side at? I wanted to see us really, I guess. Dang, I might take profit skew because of that. And we just took the high without me even being able to take a partial. Dang, looks like I'm gonna get stopped. That's tragic. Well, that's the first one. I'm gonna just be patient. I'm not gonna touch it. That was an earlier trade. It did work. It went to the target, but because of my pyramid, I wasn't in a spot where I really wanted to parcel at. I should have went break even right there. We did put in an SMT at that high. Definitely should have went break even, but that was a decent entry model. I just wasn't fully, on point enough. My limits weren't set. It moved pretty quick. It's also why I don't really like touching market right off of open, but now that we have swept that high though, this short doesn't look bad. So I'll try the short one more time with the SMT. Looking to see these lows. SMT at the high. Yeah, we did take that. So we do have an SMT at the high. Jesus, excuse me. SMT at the high, internal change in the state. Inversion for value gap. If we are truly bearish, then we should hold this order block and continue lower. kind of want to buy some contracts back just because of how far my take profit, my stop loss is. But based on where we're at, it's like I'm gonna just buy 2 back. And that did just set me up though. I'm probably gonna have my DLL that fast too. I'm terrible for that. It happens though. Ain't nothing I can do about it. We'll see. But probably though, this order doesn't hold, then yeah. I should have waited though. That's really my fault. How I say I usually like to. Yeah, it's 1,000% my fault. I really shouldn't come anything above this. Yeah, that's definitely my fault. That was terrible on my part. Terrible management, terrible everything. This is exactly why I always wait 5 minutes into open. Prices had such a quick move, I wasn't able to take my profit where I wanted to. Price moved so fast. And then my pyramid was also messed up because of how much we rallied by the time I was able to even scale into my position. My initial entry was here. Stop was here. Targeting this high and then that high, which we did actually tick to. Tried the pyramid once we got this inversion, but we ran so much that it just skewed everything up. So definitely does suck, does sting. Don't like to see stuff like that, but that's definitely a day that I could have prevented. I could have been better at. So I take 100% accountability for that trade that day. Yeah, that's how I lost 2.5K. That was very quick day. That's my fault. I'm gonna be better the rest of the week. But yeah, that was my initial trade. It did work. I just didn't manage it properly. And then second trade, entered on that change. Second trade entered on this change, which I don't think is a terrible trade either, since we do have equal lows beneath us. We had the SMT at the highs. Price probably is just waiting for power, honestly, before we get like any type of actual expansion moves in either direction. Because yeah, right now we're just sideways, so I definitely should have just waited. But yeah, should I end stream right here or should I just continue to watch? How long has I been streaming for? It ain't even been that long though. I've been streaming for I don't even know. Like not even 15 minutes yet. We're already done, which is terrible. Honestly, I traded like a rookie. Trade did work though. I just didn't manage it correctly, which is 1,000% on me. Definitely could trade on the other accounts, but like, is that the smartest thing to do? They are all in, they're in slight drawdown. If we get something nice, I'll maybe look to taking on the rest of the accounts, but I really want to be defensive, especially with power getting ready to speak. But we are still holding this 15 second. This ain't the best short. I'll probably just look to take something low size on the other 4 accounts since they are a little bit behind. I am trying to catch them up to the 4th one. Or to the 5th one, I mean. We can tap the change in the state, then I'll maybe short it. I'll short that low risk. See what we can do with it. Now that 5-minute candle close, we're still respecting the IFEG. We came and fully swept the high, rejecting the order block. They get the change, but if I get stopped here, I'll probably just, might just call it. I don't think it's my day to day. What's the 1 minute? Like, 1 minute is cooked. Just left a lot of sell side, so for me to really win a long, it's like, is that really what I want? Not for real. Not yet, at least. Yeah, we do have this SMT, but the SMT is so weak, it's like, this little VI plus the BPR. We left 3 stacked lows here on that Q. We'll want to see us tap CE right here and then get a reaction. Just gonna wait. S&T now in place. Y'all really just wait. External is bullish, but at the same time, we are so choppy on the external. It's like, it does look like we could continue higher though. But we just left the sell side. I don't like how we left all these lows. That's the only thing I don't like about a long. Is that we left all these lows. ES does have these equal highs right here though. Price is slowing up. It looks like we are going to wait for Powell to speak. taking the short because the SMT, we had an internal change in the state. Tapping the high time frame balance, just swept the high. Would want to see this be the potential reversal. Now, if this were to fail, then that's also why I'm taking it with such low size, because like if it does fail, then it fails, and we'll probably just wait for Powell to try to touch anything else. Looks like it is gonna fail. Change in state is right here. We're respecting right now, so we'll see. I think low key with today, I probably should have really been more zoomed out. I think I was so zoomed in, fixated on the internal, and the external didn't fully align with it. Like 1 minute is still bullish. So like that's really just my fault. Should really just wait for the 1 minute. Set up the time. And probably just wait for Powell, honestly. We are bullish right now. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait. I'm not gonna take any other trades today. I'm done. Or no other full size trades, I say. Because if some of those presented stuff, I'll take it with low size, but full size, nah. I'm gonna just accept my L. Yeah, probably just gonna wait for Powell, honestly. Whoa. Okay. My fault. Now, if we were to get this, that's something I could get behind. Wanted to see that external low grab. price did get it. I'm taking this with size because this is an A plus model. And I don't really mind the risk on this. Is my usual size. I am slightly breaking my rules, but this is my A plus setup that I honestly should have been waiting for from the jump. So I'm not gonna really. We do have this SMT at this low though. Actually, I might actually tighten my stop to this high. If we inverse this imbalance, then yeah. Okay. I already think I want to see us come up back above here and fully get it. We have the SMT. I don't really like that. Let's get some displacement out of here now. We're hesitant. This pal speaks in 9 minutes. I honestly want to go break even. If we get closer and we haven't taken a draw, I'm going to go break even. Okay, we just took that SMT out. I do want to find an opportunity to potentially pyramid here. If price lets me, we get into this place some more. Double down right there. I don't really want to see us revisit that high. This should really be a straight move once we just close through this low. Got rid of the SMT, close through the low. Now should be a straight move to them lows. If not, then it's not. Yeah. We don't hold the imbalance, we don't hold it. Holding this 3 minute right now. I don't think we're going to come back to this high, but it's because I do have a tighter stop. This would be a little bit more risky. I don't really know how much I like that. It's because Powell's about to speak though. This third candle should be the push. If not, then we're going to continue to hesitate. Okay, yeah, we're waiting. Well, I'm probably going to still go, just externally wait. This trade is going to work, but I was trying to have a tighter stop to maximize, the reward on the trade, but it happens. We'll just wait. Probably going to watch this move go. We're still stuck, but it comes with it. Like, how much would, yeah, I'll just take my L. Take my L in a day. CES is weaker. Kyle speaks in 5 minutes. I don't even think it's worth it. Yeah. He speaks in 5 minutes. I'm not gonna touch it. To me, that it's not really ideal to try to enter a trade 5 minutes before he speaks. So just wait. Looks like we might put in an SMT at the low and continue to push higher. That was just a strong move. Still respecting the change in the state though. Why did NQ get that but ES didn't? That's ugly. That probably stopped a lot of people out. And now we're probably gonna sell. Hold on, let me go on. I gotta check something right quick. Okay, I'm straight. Never mind. Okay. My fault, screen. I had to check something. Be back. Two minutes till he speaks. We'll see what happens. But I would have probably got stopped out off of that wick anyway. Because I definitely would have trailed my stop coming closer to it if I didn't pyramid regardless. But it just sucks that I took the initial first two losses. Really, the first one should have been probably a break even. I should have went break even once we took the high. I just wasn't reacting quick enough. Second loss, should have waited for the higher time frame. Definitely was more zoomed in on it. We did have some type of external context, but at the same time, it wasn't really the best. Yeah, this is a sell model though. It sucks that I'm sitting out, but we are down $900 on these accounts, so it's not really smart to try to answer right before he talks. You see how much twitchier the candles are looking out too. We just put in an SMT at the lows. $10 seconds. Let's see. We do have an SMT at this low. See if the SMT is there. It looks like that's gonna push us, honestly. NQ's deciding. NQ looks like it's gonna fold though. Yeah, he has to take both of these lows already. So for NQ to do the same is a little bit less likely, but we do still have an external draw down there at Asia that we still might want to make a move to. See if we get some type of 10 a.m. reversal. Looking slim though. I'm gonna try this short. Last trade of the day. Really want to see a continuation down to Asia from ES. Should really have a push through here if we are gonna sell off. If not, then I'll get stopped out right here on this candle. For that hair on my mouth. But yeah, that's my last trade of the day. I'm done. What did I do wrong? I would say really just the first initial loss shouldn't have been a loss. The first loss. That definitely should have been either a win or a break even. If I just would have reacted quicker and thought better on my feet, that was definitely my fault. Um, the second one, that shouldn't have occurred either. I was definitely what was that trade at? The second trade came right here. I mean, really, we left equal lows. I mean, it wasn't a bad setup. Swept the high. It wasn't a terrible setup. Where did I enter it? I want to say I entered on this candle or one of these candles. I had a lot of sell side. That's not a bad setup either, but it is against my rules. I do usually like to trade, you know, pre. Why is it lagging so bad? Hold up. I want to say I entered on this candle. Let me try to fix that. My fault. If I can, I think we're good now. But yeah, I usually like to enter, you know, following, you know, the first 5 minute candle. I took 2 initial losses prior to that. That I want to say on my locked out account. That's what locked me out. Those first 2 losses. So definitely broke both of my rules with that. You know, I like to wait for the first 5 minutes. My fault for sure. Went against my rules and I paid the price. I'm not gonna say that they're bad setups. It's just the timing of them. Usually, you know, the first 5 minutes of market open is pretty back and forth. Prices manipulating a lot of the time, so that's definitely on me. Not bad setups, just the timing was off. And then where was my next? Let me turn my executions right quick, just so I could really fully see. I then took this change in the state after we swept the high, tapped the imbalance. I still, what's that 1 minute look like? This looks terrible. Definitely should have waited for more high time frame context. I think higher time frame didn't align fully, so was no reason for me to take that. This right here wasn't a bad trade, I would say. Even this right here, like, bad day today, bad executions, bad entries, everything. Definitely gonna come back tomorrow better though. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow we have Powell testifying again at 10, so we'll see how that goes. Definitely gonna be more patient though. Wait for that first 5 minute candle to close. Broke one of my rules, which is my fault, so I paid the price of it. Simple as that. Then from there, you know, just didn't take the best setups. This wasn't a bad trade, just didn't work in our favor today. So yeah, that being said, I hope y'all learned something. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will catch y'all in the next stream. Catch you in the next video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you